The figures I'm going to list here are a list of emperors and rulers that destroyed the true Christian belief, what it stood for, and its foundations involving the movement that rose up after the crucifixion of the true Nazarene man, whom they called Jesus. These men carried on what led to become the rise of the Holy Roman Empire, a world-dominating force that brought the religions of the world to its knees, turning the concept of God from a religion into a machine of war. This is the ultimate example of why church and state should never mix, and these are the men who brought it to become the force that dominated their world and still do today. Caligula, whose full name was Gaius Julius Caesar Augustus Germanicus, was a Roman emperor who ruled from 37 to 41 AD. He is known for his tyrannical and extravagant rule. Caligula was the son of Germanicus and Agrippina the Elder, and he became emperor after the death of his great-uncle Tiberius. During his reign, Caligula exhibited erratic behavior, engaging in acts of cruelty and extravagance. He was assassinated in 41 AD by a group of conspirators. Charlemagne, also known as Charles the Great, was a medieval ruler who reigned as the King of the Franks from 768 and later became the Emperor of the Carolingian Empire from 800 until his death in 814. He was born around 742 and was the eldest son of Pepin the Short, the first Carolingian king. Charlemagne is considered one of the most significant figures in European history. He expanded his empire through military conquests, united much of Western Europe, and promoted education and cultural revival known as the Carolingian Renaissance. Charlemagne's reign had a lasting impact on the development of Europe and the spread of Christianity. Do note that by the time of Constantine's reign, all the original Christians had been hunted down and eradicated. The roots of true Christianity began following the crucifixion of the Nazarene man Jesus, who was the actual Son of God. The plans and intentions of Jesus and the purpose for which the true God was involved with him had to do with issues involving the origins of creation's formation. Just as I tapped into and altered the course of the universal orbital track, fixing this issue once and for all, I became entangled with the fabrics of particles and had chosen this Nazarene man and the details of his birth, falling on a stellar event, and his death, a point in time I could fixate on to transition out of my problem. These plans were God's plans towards Jesus. The aspect of his life and all he suffered, from birth to death, his sacrifice for the world's sins and bearing that weight until here where I finally freed him of the burden he had to bear because of your transgressions against me and creation. It is you, who have brought such burdens upon him, his death fixed the problem. But you all of this era of creation have taken my knowledge and selfishly used it to try and bring about your intention. 6 times you have tried to alter the course of history and 6 times your failures have almost destroyed existence. Those galaxies you see predating the known universe are 6 attempts to an alternate timeline universe that each led to their destruction. Those failures are the reason Jesus suffered and had to die the way he did. His death is a fixated point of crucial timing. It didn't matter how he died, only that he did when he was supposed to. He suffers carrying the anomaly, the paradox that could end creation. His spirit is entangled too and has been holding creation from becoming undone. His role ended with his death in God's plans at that time. The reasons for his suffering and his death came about to fix what you all have broken, had to occur that way also to fix that problem as well. Anyways, the Christians came in the wake of Jesus' death. His death had become a symbol of justice that showed a better way than the Roman system of justice, where a man who had committed no crime stood and took the price for a guilty man's crime. This method challenged the Roman Empire's integrity. Their response was the torture and execution of the apostles. The Christians' response to this burned Rome to the ground and the murder of Caesar. The Roman response was the sacking of Mossad and the last apostle's death, and soon afterward Mary of Magdalene died after wounds from her escape from Mossad, in the Essene Temple in the mountains. That was the origin of Christianity's roots until the reign of the Holy Roman Empire took control of it and its history records. The Merovingian dynasty was a Frankish dynasty that ruled over the Franks for nearly 300 years, from the 5th to the 8th century. While there were many Merovingian priests throughout their rule, there is no specific record or widely known information about 4 specific priests associated with the Merovingian dynasty. The Merovingian kings were generally associated with their own religious practices and had close ties to the Catholic Church, but it is difficult to identify individual priests from that time period. This order was devoted to the idea of sexual consummation and rituals to bring forth a bloodline of Jesus's lineage. They wanted to weaponize the concept of the Messiah and saw him as a tool, like an Ark of the Covenant they could breed into godlike warriors. I'm not sure if it was in response to these plans or if it was their plan originally that was stolen by the Merovingians, but the Rosicrucians soon began to do the same to bring about a champion strong enough to battle against such sinister, incarnated forces, holy warriors, first of the Order of the Fleur de Rosa, then 2 others, and so the chosen ones were founded in the wake of this. Both of them were seriously incorrect with their ideas of incarnating from Jesus's bloodline or any other, thinking they would gain such power from them. The source of this title, Messiah, Holy Warrior, Archangel. These are titles that are given, chosen, even earned for one basic reason. Because it is known they will succeed where others would fail. Everything else, rights of heir to the throne, bloodline making someone more deserving than anyone else. That's not what matters, only that they will succeed. Even if it seems like failure, it could be the reason for success further ahead. Constantine the Great, also known as Constantine I, was a Roman emperor who ruled from 306 to 337 AD. He is best known for his role in the establishment of Christianity as the dominant religion in the Roman Empire. Constantine is often credited with legalizing Christianity and issuing the Edict of Milan in 313, which granted religious tolerance to Christians. Constantine's reign marked a significant shift in the Roman Empire's religious landscape. He played a pivotal role in the Council of Nicaea in 325, where he presided over the gathering of bishops and played a key role in shaping early Christian theology. He also initiated various reforms and built several prominent Christian structures, including the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem and the original Basilica of St. Peter in Rome. I feel a tremor in the force. A dark cloud has suddenly emerged over this whole thing. Ominous. Constantine's conversion to Christianity had a profound impact on the course of history, as it led to the eventual adoption of Christianity as the state religion of the Roman Empire. His reign also brought about significant political and military changes, including the establishment of a new capital city, Constantinople, modern-day Istanbul, which became the center of the Eastern Roman Empire, Byzantine Empire, after his death. Overall, Constantine is remembered as a significant figure who played a crucial role in the spread and acceptance of Christianity within the Roman Empire, leaving a lasting impact on the development of Western civilization. Nero, also known as Nero Claudius Caesar Augustus Germanicus, was a Roman emperor who ruled from 54 to 68 AD. He is often remembered as one of Rome's most infamous and controversial emperors. Nero was born in 37 AD and ascended to the throne at the age of 16. During his early reign, Nero's rule was marked by relative stability and prosperity. However, as time went on, he became known for his extravagant lifestyle, erratic behavior, and ruthless actions. Nero is famously associated with the Great Fire of Rome in 64 AD. Although it is unclear whether he was responsible for starting the fire, Nero took advantage of the situation to rebuild the city in a grandiose manner and construct his own palace, the Domus Aurea, Golden House. Nero's reign was also characterized by his persecution of Christians. He blamed them for the fire and subjected them to cruel punishments, including crucifixion and being burned alive. Despite his cruelty, Nero was known for his artistic pursuits and performances as an actor and musician. He had a passion for the arts and often took to the stage himself. Eventually, Nero's rule faced significant challenges and opposition. He faced rebellion and civil unrest, which culminated in a conspiracy to overthrow him. Faced with the prospect of being overthrown, Nero took his own life in 68 AD, ending the Julio-Claudian dynasty and plunging Rome into a period of instability known as the Year of the Four Emperors. Nero's reign is remembered as a turbulent and controversial period in Roman history, marked by extravagance, persecution, and political instability. His actions and reputation have been the subject of much debate and fascination throughout history. The combined historical significance of Nero, Constantine, Charlemagne, the Merovingians, and Caligula represents different periods and aspects of European history, spanning from ancient Rome to the Middle Ages. Each of these figures had a unique impact on history, shaping the political, cultural, and religious landscape of their respective time periods. Nero, as mentioned earlier, was a Roman emperor known for his controversial rule and extravagant lifestyle. His reign marked a period of political instability and marked the decline of the Julio-Claudian dynasty. Nero's actions, such as the persecution of Christians and the Great Fire of Rome, left a lasting impact on Roman society. Constantine the Great was a Roman emperor who played a pivotal role in the history of Christianity. He embraced Christianity and ended the persecution of Christians, leading to the eventual establishment of Christianity as the official religion of the Roman Empire. Constantine's conversion and the Edict of Milan in 313 AD had profound implications for the spread and influence of Christianity in Europe and beyond. Charlemagne, also known as Charles the Great, was the king of the Franks and Lombards and later crowned as the Holy Roman Emperor. His reign marked the Carolingian Renaissance, a period of cultural and intellectual revival in Europe. Charlemagne's empire became a center of learning and promoted the preservation and revival of classical knowledge. His efforts in education, administration, and the spread of Christianity laid the foundation for the development of medieval Europe. The Merovingians were a dynasty of Frankish kings who ruled over a significant portion of Western Europe during the early Middle Ages. Their rule marked the transition from the Roman Empire to the feudal system. The Merovingian kings played a crucial role in the establishment of the Frankish kingdom and the development of medieval European kingdoms. Caligula, another Roman emperor, is known for his tyrannical and extravagant rule. His reign was marked by his erratic behavior, political purges, and grandiose projects. Caligula's actions contributed to the growing disillusionment with the imperial system and highlighted the challenges of autocratic rule. Collectively, these figures represent different periods and dynamics of European history. Their actions and influences shaped the political, religious, and cultural landscape of their time, leaving a lasting impact on the course of history. From the decline of the Roman Empire to the spread of Christianity and the establishment of medieval European kingdoms, their combined historical significance reflects the complexity and richness. Now for the afterword from the author. Each of these figures I have named here are in hell for one, for two these figures and their historical information is not as politically correct as it is listed here. The Merovingian kings were all closely tied into the ancient Celtic and Germanic covens of black magic in their age. Not only were they closely tied, they were all high priests of their own orders. World domination was the top of their list of goals, and organizations such as the Illuminati, the Rothschilds, Blackstone Industries and others held them as mentors and masters in the volumes of their order's history. Godly men, they definitely were not. Another thing is the figure Nero. I don't think he was a real historical figure. When I hear his name and history, the first image that comes to my mind is a cardboard cutout fake that is used as a scapegoat to cover the others' tracks. In fact, I would say that maybe half of the information was true and these figures' history are hiding a much worse story than we are being led to believe. One thing that sets off my caution lights is that Constantine and Charlemagne's empire did not lead to an age of wisdom and progression of Christianity, mainly because the chain of events of the conquest of the Holy Roman Empire was the spearhead that destroyed the world's religions in the hunt against paganism. First it was the Roman edict that all Christians were to be executed. Then when there were no more Christians they turned on all religions, claiming it was a sin against the will of God. So their armies would ride forth to conquer, and the Holy Roman Christian priests would ensure the ones they conquered remained defeated by erasing their religious beliefs and setting the Roman Christian God in its place. This went on until around 500 AD with the Merovingians' establishment of the Catholic Church, followed by Charlemagne's empire and conquests. These are the historical foundations of various satanic orders around the world and across history. Now to more serious and present problems. 6 times you have tried to alter history, but I am still willing to forgive you all if you see the error in your ways and correct this. Remember what I have said, that mankind's cultivation of wisdom usually involves the misuse of that wisdom before it becomes something that can benefit mankind. So I was prepared for this misuse of my wisdom I have provided. I have temporarily designed myself to be capable of defying these changes to time in order to set things back on its proper path. That is the purpose of Mahakala and why he is made the way his legends claim, for this purpose. That, of course, has already been done. Chaos is depicted as male. He brought forth the primordial titans, Uranus, Nyx, Tartarus, Eros, Gaia and the rest into being. It even says Uranus and the others rose against their father by creating the universe, for he cannot exist within it. The universe was made from order, chaos cannot exist within order, and so banished him and his power into the void beyond existence. I think you're getting your TV show characters mixed up with the actual legendary characters, probably because they weren't PC enough to make money. To those truly of this culture, chaos is a primordial being, a Fane, who existed during the expansion era of the universe, made of vaporous cloud and primordial gases that combined and fused to create a conscious being before the formation of solid particles. These beings still exist today but have taken up a physical disguise to center themselves within. Your haunted houses that are not haunted by ghosts of the dead, but rather the house itself is the ghost, such as your movies on Rose Red Manor, or House on Haunted Hill. These places were haunted by Fanes such as Chaos, who existed before all else and came forth as a shadow from within the primordial darkness. Chaos hates the physical universe because it basically developed the real estate property on which he came from and built a house on top of it. Technically by ancient angelic law he was once a part of an ancient order of angelic hosts known as Phanuel, one of the ancient celestial angels that helped create the stars in the heavens along with Lucifer while he was still the son of the morning star, but he, like so many of the angels from that era, believed they were all God because of their duties and felt like if they did the work then they should receive the praise and glory, and if they didn't then no one would. That's about as far as they got, and then, well, I don't know. It doesn't say. In fact, no other texts make any mention of them again after that.